Palantir is a company that was created or exists solely so that the Department of Defense can have access to technology. Pretty much all they do is contracting with the Department of Defense. Aside from their contracts with ICE, let's just go down the list. It's nothing but military contracts. Mm-hmm. Palantir is a really, really good example because they're such a terrible company. I mean, another company like Salesforce, also has contracts with ICE, but by and large, like Palantir is creating software and technologies that ICE is actively using to track and detain migrants in this country. Primarily, we're hoping to inspire broad resistance against deportation and the U.S.'s policy against migrant people. I think getting the employees of a large company like Palantir to actively resist their own company is a very important piece of that. But there's a lot of different parts involved, not just the tech workers in a particular company, but the people broadly to be involved in resistance. And let's be clear, Palantir, just in their Palo Alto conference, doesn't employ that many people. So we're actually talking about getting all of, even Palo Alto involved in that struggle. Palo Alto is a sanctuary city, yet it harbors Palantir, a company who actively creates the technology for people to be deported. So that's very contradictory. Overall, we have not really succeeded, which is our main goals. Our main goals is really, and because these are still ongoing. Mm-hmm. I think on our first protest, we were actually very surprised to be able to mobilize 800 people relatively pretty spontaneously. Mm-hmm. 800 people showed up to march. But since then, our demonstrations have kind of capped at about 100 each. Mm-hmm. So it's been a real question to really how to build this movement in Palo Alto, because it's most geographically, it just makes the most sense to get people in Palo Alto involved, but also with getting people across the Bay Area and nationally involved. We really feel that the U.S. is largely responsible for the displacement of people internally and externally. We think of things like, you could think of, a lot of the work that the Obama administration did to destabilize countries like Honduras or Haiti. And now, what are these people in these countries doing? They're trying to emigrate. They're going north. Honduran people trying to petition for asylum to get to the United States. And what happens? They're not allowed in. If they cross illegally, they end up in detention facilities. So we actually do see the positions of the U.S. internationally as really being one of the key driving forces behind our ongoing migration crisis. There's a need for young people to really be forming their own political organizations. There's a need for young people to be getting together, talking about these issues, and really thinking about the different issues in their community and how they can connect local issues in one community to local issues in another community. And then also developing understanding of how these things play out internationally. So I think, just learning to pay attention to these political events taking place on the national and international stage, but really just, getting with other young people and actually talking about it in a collective fashion.